Good morning, and as has been past practice, I might have skipped a week or so. I'd like to review what you did last week and where we're going this week. We have essentially reached halfway in the course, and there have been some interesting discussions. There's been some interesting work, and as I have expressed before, some frustration, and I'll come to that later. Okay, what I want to make sure that we're doing though right now is understanding where we are and how we have a progression of things going on, how things have built on what you've discussed and learned in the past, hopefully learned. And this is another one where this week we hope to maybe break a few myths down as to what really goes on in the world of economics and business and sports. So the topic this week, coming up in week 5, now that you've gone through things like competitive balance and you've gone through how do teams make money and all these kind of issues as they build together, we're going to come into one of the more interesting and more economics-based topics that you'll deal with. And that is, what is the value of a sports enterprise, a franchise, a team? What is the value of that to a community? And by community, I think it is a very flexible definition. It's not necessarily just a city. It could be a state. It could be a region. It could be literally take on some national character. But what we really want to look at that this unit is it worthwhile economically to have a sports business of any stature located in your area, in your community? What's the benefit? Now, what you're going to find out is that economists and prominent sport economists are all over the map on this. They say it's absolutely beneficial and it's something you really want to have. It's really, really important. Others will say, no, it's really not as important as we think that it is. It's just because of the nature of what we talked about earlier, maybe some of the irrational things that we look at with sports that we put an outsized emphasis on it. It's an argument you will see in the newspapers this week. Not so much as a franchise, but a singular event because of politics. No matter which side you're on, I'm just going to quote the economic arguments. Well, look at Major League Baseball. Because of a political move on some people's part and some people's response to it, Major League Baseball has removed the All-Star game from Atlanta this year. Well, this is not a team, but this is an event. Okay, is there an economic impact on Atlanta? Is it a good thing, bad thing? Is it an economic impact on Georgia? Good thing, bad thing? This is what we want to look at. So one of the things you're going to look at is the base question of, should we have one of these enterprises in our community? Then you're going to dig a little deeper. What does it cost? What are the costs? And what you really have to look at, again, as an economist, a big picture thinker, not just what does it cost, but what are the opportunity costs? What are the associated costs? What are the ripple effects of having something like this in your area? This is all very important. So this is where you really can't go in it like a sports fan. You have to go in it like an economist. What is the value? And the key word is value. All right. I really want people to understand that. Now, I said I'm still a little disappointed in some things. I'm going to be very honest with you. The engagement level in this course, by the course statistics that I see, is extremely low. There's only a couple of people paying attention, if you ask mine. This is important. This is something to understand. I really don't see how we can go into the rest of the course without, well, just pulling it up. Get involved. Don't just go into the discussion and just try to build off what everybody does. I am going to make a procedural change. I am going in this morning and change the discussion to a post-first discussion. What that means is you must post your original entry into the discussion board before you will be able to see or respond to others. I really don't have much choice. I still have people coming in on Sunday nights. I still have people coming in late and then trying to build off of what other people say. I really need to know what you guys are thinking about. All right? I don't want to do this. I'd rather have a free form and open board. But with the engagement levels I'm seeing, I'm sorry, it's just not possible. So those folks of you who have been really engaged and really leading things, you know who you are. Thank you. For those who've been lagging behind, unfortunately, you know who you are. Step it up. This is something we have to do. This is to make sure that we are really having a learning experience, a true academic experience. And it's important that it happen, especially at the 400 level in a degree program, where most of you are at the end and where everyone has expressed an interest in having a career in sport management. This kind of engagement just has to come up, okay? Really. I'm not doing it for me. I am doing it for the learning process, and it's very important. Thank you very much. I look forward to what people will discuss this week, and I hope you take it with the seriousness that I do. Thank you very much.